Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here, and I'm bringing you my review of Strange Darling, which was released in 2023. I'm just now getting to it. It's 2025, so I'm way behind the eight ball. In terms of the YouTube algorithm, this is going to do nothing for views or anything like that, but I don't even care because whenever I encounter a movie that I think is worth sharing and talking about, I'm going to do that. The first thing I want to say though, and really just sort of highlight, is just the standard Blu-ray format, right? So I wanted to see this movie for a while. I saw that it was on sale on Amazon in a standard Blu-ray. I picked it up, and it just reminded me of how good Blu-ray is as a physical media format. If you're into physical media, I love 4K discs, right? I mean, you can see some of those behind me. But I still think standard Blu-ray, honestly, is the way to go. I mean, for the price, for the picture quality and everything you get, Blu-ray really still is amazing. It looks great. Watched it on my television tonight. Especially if you've got a good player, you've got a good TV. It just looks fantastic. But anyway, just to briefly talk about this movie, it is directed by J.T. Mulliner, if I'm saying that correctly. It's got a cast including Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Gallner. Not familiar with these actors. I don't know. I may have seen something they were in previously, but everybody does a great job here, especially the lead actress, Willa Fitzgerald, I believe is the name that I just said. But I'm going to just briefly talk about this, and I'm going to do it in as vague a manner as possible because the less you know about this movie going into it, the more you'll enjoy it. I saw this and think that it's very much inspired by sort of Tarantino-style movies. It's shot on 35mm. They make a point of pointing that out or highlighting that at the very beginning of the movie. It's got a very cinematic quality to it. It looks amazing. It's fantastic looking. And one of the things that stands out to me from a Tarantino-esque perspective is the fact that you get a lot of chapters here and you're given these chapters out of order. Normally, this would irritate me to no end, but I think somebody like Tarantino, of course, does that masterfully. I'm thinking of Kill Bill. And in this instance, you know, when you see that happening at the outset, for the first 20 minutes or so while I was watching this, I was thinking it looks nice, there's some good action, but why are we doing the out of order chapter thing? Is it meant to be sort of an ode to somebody like Tarantino? Is it meant to be, I don't know, overly filmic with a capital F to say, look at this kind of artsy film? The answer to that is no. There is a reason the chapters are out of order, and the way that this sort of evolves into something completely bonkers is, I think, completely worth checking out. Now, some people may, I don't know, have a little bit of trouble fully sort of just giving themselves to this movie and just sort of going along for the ride. I think this is best experience if you do that. Just trust that it is heading somewhere that's going to be interesting and kind of evocative, and it will get you to that point if you just sort of buy into the narrative and the way that the narrative is sort of fed to us as the audience. I would just say, you know, if you've got any interest in this movie and you like physical media, nobody's obviously paying me to say this, but check out Strange Darling. Again, if you like Blu-rays, this is a good way to watch it. I think you can, of course, buy it on streaming. I'm not sure what the cost is, but this is one that just sort of crept across my radar. I decided to get it sort of sight unseen without having any idea really what the plot was all about, and I think it was totally worth the experience. So those are my thoughts on Strange Darling. If you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.